This is Craig Finn from the Hold Steady on Google Music. The title of the album is Clear Heart, Full Eyes, and it's a reference to Friday Night Lights. The team says, clear heart, full eyes, can't lose, and so I juxtaposed those two. And it kind of ties into a couple different things. For one, clear and full is my initial CF. Number two, the record was recorded in Austin, Texas, which is where Friday Night Lights takes place. Clear heart meant an honesty or transparency, while full eyes indicated experience. I made this record just before my 40th birthday. So it was kind of about remaining optimistic and not jaded, even as you go on in years.
There's something in how well you tell the story, the way you overcame the odds all stacked against.
I made the record with Mike McCarthy in Austin. We spent a few days kind of just talking about the songs, kind of conceptualizing them, and I sent rough just GarageBand demos to Mike, and we cut it down to 14. It was actually 24 and we cut out 10. They came out from this period where I was kind of challenging myself earlier in the year to try to write one song every day. The idea being that most of them are terrible, but 2 weeks later you look back and say, well, the first verse is pretty good, or this back half of it is okay. It was kind of an exercise to create material, and so most of the songs came out of that. Mike put together a band, and on Monday morning they came in, and we recorded 14 songs in 5 days. I hadn't met them, any of them, so it was kind of Monday morning, shaking hands and going. Josh played drums. He plays in a band called White Denim. Bass was Jesse Ebaugh. He plays with the Heartless Bastards. Ricky Ray Jackson played pedal steel and guitar, and he's played with Phosphorescent. Billy White played with a lot of things down in Austin, Billy White Trio, and actually he had kind of the coolest credit of the band in that he had played with Dokken before. Those stories are good. I remember on the night before I left to go to Austin, I was like, oh my God, I'm really nervous about this suddenly. I play guitar in the Hold Steady, but not that much. I was a little intimidated by the music part of it. What if these guys think I show them on guitar and they're like, what is that? They all played really well, and kind of let them play on their own. A lot of it was them following me on a vocal level. We did all the vocals live, which was a first for me. It's really the sound of a band playing together in a room. I was really proud of what they did with it, and I think we got really cool performances.
Everybody's saying that the lights don't shine, but the lights shine down on me. Got a new friend, and my new friend's name is Jesus.
I'm the only one in the Hold Steady that goes to church, so I felt like, sometimes I check myself a little bit. I don't want to be going on in these guys' songs with all this, but this one, it was mine. So there is a lot of Jesus on this record.
Rode around all afternoon, he sold me his guitar. I got a new friend, and my new friend's name is Jesus.
There's one song, New Friend Jesus. When people in your high school, you have a friend who all of a sudden makes this new friend, and he's always telling you how cool this new guy is, and then you're kind of wary of him. I was kind of thinking of someone who might find Jesus and how people's friends might have a parallel reaction to that. I mean, people get nervous about Jesus, so if you can make people laugh and be talking about Jesus in a way that you feel good about yourself, that's a victory.
Now people give me sideways looks when we set up on the Strand. It's hard to suck with Jesus in your band.
The Pope would not approve of my version of Catholicism, but I do find peace and strength from believing, and I do attend church irregularly, but I get a lot out of it. It's just Sunday mornings are sometimes come too early. I don't think there's a hell. The afterlife, I'm not sure. I just sort of have this own peaceful, easy Catholicism that exists in my head that I don't know about what I think of either of those places. This year I gave up alcohol for Lent, and then I did like a weird detox diet too. Lent is a big thing for me. I believe in, especially as a touring musician. I mean, there's just a lot of time to be drinking beer. It's nice to have 6 weeks to kind of have a sacrifice and just kind of tone it down and sort of think about that kind of thing.
That's a hero that you are when no one's watching. Feasting on the weakness of the women who are thinking you might be held to half the things you told.
When No One's Watching is a song that took a lot of influence from the oral history of Warren Zevon that I read, who was a terrible person. He sort of like was not able to exist or do all of these terrible things without, you know, exploiting women who would sort of prop him up for periods of time. And there's a very dark part that comes out in that book. Someone who I really admire as a songwriter, but, you know, then the history of it was pretty awful.
Cold and scared, and the cross reminds us that he died for me and you. Walk up in the ocean with the Honolulu Blues.
Yeah, Honolulu Blues was really influenced by Democracy by Joan Didion. It's really interesting about the role that Hawaii played in the Vietnam War. It's our westernmost state, so a lot of the things we were doing was out of Hawaii. Not just military, but the profiteering that went along with it. These places that are overwhelming with beauty still have this kind of dark human element oftentimes.
For all the natural beauty, there were still so many kids that were asking me for something that could help them to get high.
I don't look at the way I write lyrics as a blessing or a curse. Quite honestly, as far as like commercial appeal, the curse might be my voice. I've always loved lyrics that had a lot of detail. I always was really attracted to that, be it Dylan or Springsteen or whatever. In the end, you always make music that you wanted to listen to. I've had people say, well, you know, what about all these like weird places in Minneapolis you're talking about, you're naming about places you grew up near? It's like, well, when I heard The Clash, I didn't know what Sten Guns and Knightsbridge Hall were. I still don't. But man, I love that song. Or, you know, Dial 999. I know what that means now, but I didn't when I was in 9th grade and I first heard The Clash. But I knew it sounded awesome.